Hey everybody, this is Jagro again. I have another battle video for everybody. This one's against AJ again. It's a rematch after I 6-0'd him last time with my Dragonite. He decided to put together a different team and challenge me again. And so this time I'm changing up my team a little bit. Instead of Fortress, I now have an Espeon. And this is a Dream World one with the Magic Bounce ability, so you can't be hit with any status or anything like that. So, see how this turns out. So he leads off with a Cloyster, and I lead off with my Espeon. And I'm expecting him to use Shell Smash or something like that, because that's what Cloysters tend to do. Oh yeah, this is also a dual screens Espeon. It's somewhat defensive. It's using max speed, a decent amount of special attack, and then the rest is invested in defense and special defense, and a little bit HP. So that way I can get my dual screens up, and then I can start attacking with the same Espeon. So he goes after Iron Defense. He uses Whirlpool, and I take the hit very well. Well, especially after Reflect. As this Espeon also holds Light Clay to extend the length of time that the screens last. And I do pack Hidden Power Fighting, so that's going to be super effective against this Cloyster. Now Cloysters have really good defense, and after Iron Defense it's doubled, but their special defense is very, very poor. So, yeah, that was definitely going to take it out. Then he sends out Drapion. I'm going to switch out here because Psychic's my main stab, doesn't hit it at all. Fighting's only neutral. So now I'm going to go into my Dragonite, and with the dual screens up, no matter what he hits me with, it's not going to do a whole lot of damage. So this way I can basically set up my Dragon Dance without having to worry about getting KO'd. So I get my first Dragon Dance. Meanwhile, instead of attacking me, this Drapion uses, as you'll see, Acupressure. Which, Acupressure randomly picks a stat and sharply raises it, so raises it by 2 stages. And of course, he gets Evasion, so now my moves don't have 100% accuracy anymore. So I get my second Dragon Dance, and you know, 2 Dragon Dances, I'm ready to start sweeping. But, so he goes for Acupressure again, and this time he gets a less useful one. He gets Accuracy. So that doesn't really make a big difference because it's just that thing. But he does evade my Dragon Claw, which is really bad. But his Poison Fang's not doing anything, so I really don't have to worry. I'm gonna hit him eventually, and he can't really do a whole lot of damage to me. So, and I miss another Dragon Claw. And that's only, I guess he's only at +2 evasion, but I don't know. I get unlucky sometimes. Now he raised his special defense. Luckily for me, it wasn't defense. But my Reflect wore off, so now his moves are going to do more damage. So my Dragon Claw finally hits and takes out his Drapion. And now my light screen's off. So now I pretty much got a sweep here, otherwise I'm going to get hit with something. So he sends out Steelix, and as you know, Steelix have an incredibly large amount of defense, and they also have a decent amount of HP. So it doesn't kill. Unlucky for me. Even at +2 stab, oh, it actually doesn't get a stab, so that's part of the problem too. But he gets a critical hit on his Gyro Ball. Gyro Ball, since I used Dragon Dance twice, I'm at +2 speed, and yeah, that really just killed me there. But luckily, I have Breloom, and Breloom comes in and puts that Steelix to sleep right away. And so now he knows. Okay, well he doesn't do anything that turn, but oh no, that was the end of the turn. Okay. So this next turn, he knows I'm going to use Substitute, so he just switches out his Steelix and goes into his Tyranitar. I guess he wanted to he's getting the Sandstream up, I guess, for some of his later Pokemon. So I get my Substitute up, and because of Poison Heal, I'll be getting HP back every turn, which is really useful when you're using Substitutes. So I decided to use Focus Punch, and actually he decided to use Dragon Tail on this turn, and that's why he actually Focus Punch goes last in its priority bracket, but Dragon Tail is a much later priority, so he actually didn't get to attack me at all, which is unfortunate for him, but what are you gonna do? I guess he just really wanted my Breloom out of there, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway because it would have hit the Substitute, and it wouldn't have switched me out, just done damage. So I'm gonna go for Focus Punch again on the Skarmory. But he also uses Substitute, so he gets a Substitute out, and I hit that Substitute with Focus Punch. And it does fade the Substitute, so that's good. So I know that I can do at least get rid of any substitutes he puts out. And he hasn't actually hit my Breloom substitute yet. So he uses Fly, so he flew up high. So my Focus Punch misses, which is not a bad thing, not necessarily. But since I am going last each turn, I do get to go after he uses Fly. So he uses Fly, and that's actually double super effective against Breloom because it's super effective against Grass and super effective against Fighting. So that's obviously going to take out my substitute. And then I get a Focus Punch off on his Skarmory, and 150 base power stab and everything, that's going to kill. Especially from this Breloom, who has very... I EV trained it in attack. So he sends out Gliscor, which is one of Breloom's counters. And I would have probably done Spore, but I'm trying to sort of stick to standard battle rules and not using the Sleep Claws. Aged isn't much of a standard battler, but I don't know. So I decided not to do Spore and just put a substitute. Okay, and here I used the Max Revive. The only reason I did that was because he had just used it. So I figured if he used a Max Revive, I'll just use it, and that'll be fair or whatever. But he then, on the turn I used that, he used Double Team, which makes him harder to hit. And then I used Focus Punch, but I forgot that Gliscor is part flying, so it's not very effective. It doesn't make a big difference. I thought maybe Earthquake wouldn't take out my substitute, because it's not very effective, but I don't actually have any EVs invested in defense or HP, so whatever. But, so yeah, but Breloom did, Breloom took out Skarmory, although he used the Max Revive, so that didn't help a whole lot, but whatever. At least I got my Dragonite back. And so since he's probably just going to keep using Fire Fang or whatever, I'm just going to switch out, because it's not worth keep using substitutes and wearing down my HP. So, here I decided to switch out. And so I bring in Porygon 2. Finally get to see this Porygon 2. Porygon 2 is a complete beast. First of all, I trace his Sand Veil, and since there is a Sandstorm up, that makes his moves have less accuracy too. So I actually avoid a Fire Fang and an Earthquake, and I hit Gliscor with Ice Beam. And I have no special attack in EV investment in this Porygon 2, but Porygon 2 actually has a decent special attack stat to begin with, so it all works out. And the real trick to this Porygon 2 is the item Eviolite. Because Eviolite, for a Pokemon that can still evolve, takes its defense and special defense and multiplies it by 1.5. And because Porygon 2 already has high defense and special defense, it can take hits like a beast. It took maybe less than a third from a Skarmory Sky Attack, which is base 140, stabbed, everything. And this is attacking Skarmory too. It's been EV trained to attack. So I'm just walling this Skarmory and hitting back with Thunderbolt extremely hard. And I do get paralysis on Skarmory, and so that means I get to go first this next time. Actually, I don't have any speed investment in Porygon 2 either. I basically just took his special defense, maxed it, put enough EVs because it's bold, put enough EVs to equal that in defense, and put the rest into HP. And it works out really well. And then, just the Steelix left. One Ice Beam on the Steelix is going to take it out. The Steelix special defense is not very good. And that's a good game. Had to take out his Skarmory twice there. But in the end, I guess it was technically a 6-0 at the end because I revived Dragonite. If we hadn't done that, it would have been 5-0 most likely. But I wouldn't have had to take out a Skarmory a second time. But yeah, pretty good match. Rematch against AJ. I won again. And so until next time.